have to start with at the top with arguably the best team in the division. The best team in the division, in my opinion, is the Washington Commanders. And I feel like they're one of the most slept on teams in the entire NFL heading into the 2025 NFL season. And I'm telling you right now, guys, this current is going to continue to turn heads. Last year was no fluke. Last year was their foundation being built, and they're going to the moon, baby. Put some respect on their name. Guys, Jayden Daniels is entering in his second year. Brian Robertson is running with a purpose, and that defense gets meaner and meaner each and every week, each and every practice. And do not forget that Dan Quinn is in his second year as a head coach, and this team is no longer in rebuild. Guys, they are complete, and they are ready to make a Super Bowl run. With that being said, guys, let's go week by week and breaking it down how I see the Washington Commanders navigating through the 2025 NFL schedule. Now, weeks 1 through 3, guys, weeks 1, 2, and 3, I think they're going to start fast, and I think they're going to start furious, right? Because week 1, they're at home taking on division foe, the New York Giants. Do not be sleeping on the New York Giants. I just want to put that out there right there. The Giants are going to turn some heads, but not week 1, because the Washington Commanders open up that season strong at home. Jayden Daniels starts hot, that defense flies around, and they handle the Giants with ease. Do not get it twisted. The Giants are still good, but the Commanders are just that much better week 1, giving them the win over the New York Football Giants. But week 2, this one stings. This one stings a little bit. It's a tough game on the road when they travel to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers, and they come up just a wee bit short. A few missed opportunities and a couple second-year mistakes for Jayden Daniels equals a loss, and the Green Bay Packers do start hot. But the Commanders do start the season off 1-1. Give us a back at home, week 3. They get back in rhythm, and they take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Guys, the Raiders defense has no answer. Jayden Daniels flashes those elite traits yet again, and he continues to ascend to be a top 5 quarterback, if not a top 3 quarterback in the NFL, giving them a 2-1 start in the first quarter of the season. So, guys, weeks 1 through 3, I have him at a 2-1 start. Solid opening stretch, right? They did drop a tough one at Lambeau, but otherwise, Jayden Daniels looks composed, the offense looks balanced, and the defense is swarming. Everything is on schedule. But then weeks 4 through 7. Weeks 4 foot 7, put a stamp on the Washington Commanders' name because this is a statement stretch. This is where they become the best team in the NFC. This is where they become the Super Bowl favorites. This is where they become the hunted, no longer the hunter, right? Week number 4, they travel down to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. This is a win. They go on the road and they dominate the Atlanta Falcons. Jayden Daniels continues to grow, and the running game is starting to click as well. The Commanders are looking like a very, very good team, carrying it to week 5, back on the road when they travel to LA to take on the Chargers. This is yet another huge road win. The Commanders' defense rattles Justin Herbert, and Jayden Daniels outshines in a back-and-forth shootout, but they get another win. Then week 6, they're back at home. Do you guys remember week 6, week 7 last year? Hail Mary, the Chicago Bears, right? The Chicago Bears were at Washington, D.C., or Hanover, Maryland, and Hail Mary, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Well, guess what? That doesn't happen again. The Bears come out flat. The Washington Commanders step on their throats early, and it's a total team win. This game is over by mid-second quarter. It is a dominating win, and then continue on to week 7. They're back on the road yet again. But this is where the NFL starts to take notice. This is where the NFL is like, oh, shit. Washington Commanders, we see you, because they travel to Dallas, and they get the road win in Dallas. Another divisional win on the road for the Washington Commanders. Jayden Daniels outplays the Cowboys, and the Commanders are starting to turn the heads. Sitting at 6-1 after the first 7 weeks, guys, they have won 4 straight, including 3 road games, and a massive win against the Dallas Cowboys. The defense is top 10. The offense is top 10. Jayden Daniels is playing like a veteran, even though it's a rookie year. He is the top 5 quarterback. This team is for real. But then the real test began. Weeks 8, 9, 10, 11, they have tough stretches. And it starts at Arrowhead Stadium at week 8 when they travel to Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Arrowhead is unforgivable. Mahomes puts on a gets rolling yet again. Week number 10, they're back at home, taking on arguably another top team in the NFC in the Detroit Lions. The Lions come in with that gritty Dan Campbell mindset and punch the Washington Commanders in the mouth. They want that revenge from playoffs from last season. This one could have gone either way, but I think the Detroit Lions win it in the trenches, giving the Commanders a loss. And then week number 11, this international trap game BS, right? Commanders travel over the pond to Spain to take on the Miami Dolphins. But however, I think it's an international game. I think it's a veteran team. I think it is no problem. Washington travels better than Miami and handles business and get back on track. So guys, right now they're 8-3 heading into the bye week. They have faced the top teams in the NFL, and they've held their own, right? Versus the Dallas Cowboys, versus the Detroit Lions, versus the Kansas City Chiefs. They're very, very well battle-tested, and Jayden Daniels keeps growing, and this defense keeps making timely plays. They're just not playoff bound. They're poising for a deep, deep run. And weeks 12 through 18, guys, they finish strong, and the NFC East, they make a statement. Like I said, week 12 is their bye week. They might be a little banged up. They need rest, jet lag, whatever. But the final push is here because week 13, they're back at home, taking on the Denver Broncos. Fresh off the bye, playing at home. That is a dub, baby. Washington Commanders on both sides of the ball dominate the not-so-good Denver Broncos. Let's just be honest about it. Week 14, they're back on the road, taking on another NFC North team in the Minnesota Vikings. Tough environment, but the Commanders go into Minnesota, and they steal this one. Clutch win that proves that they can win close games out late and close out games late, I should say. Week 15. This, however, is a trap game. They travel back to New York to take on the Giants. Trap game, divisional game on the road. They're never easy. And the Giants make them pay for some sloppy plays early. And the Giants take advantage. Bada bing, bada boom. The Commanders finally get a loss of the season. However, week 16 does them no favors. They're back at home, playing a physical playoff-style type of fight versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Eagles edges one out in the fourth quarter on the road. Washington plays hard, but not clean enough, giving them a straight second loss in a row. However, week 17, they're back at home. Here it is again, the Dallas Cowboys. The sweep is on, baby! Washington Commanders finishes the season over the Dallas Cowboys 2-0 and sweeping them and silence any critics that they have left. They are the real deal. Put some respect on their name, baby. And then week number 18, they traveled to Philadelphia, and the Philadelphians might be fighting for their lives right now. This is going to be a default NFC East championship game, I feel, but the Washington Commanders close out the season strong. Another road win in the division to cap off an impressive year with the win over the Philadelphia Eagles, giving them a 12-5 overall record, 5-1 in the NFC East. You heard it here first here, guys. They're sweeping the Cowboys. They're splitting with the Eagles, and Washington finish off hot. Jayden Daniels proves he is that guy. Jayden Daniels proves he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Guys, 2 months ago, I had them pegged about 11-win team. But after seeing the full body of work, OTAs, training camp, whatever, yada, 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 I'm calling it now 12 wins, 5-1 in the NFC East. They are a real threat to win a playoff game or 2 or 3, if not potentially floor, right? However, the floor for this team is 9 wins. But if the team just pulls one of those upsets versus the Packers, Chiefs, or Lions, they're staring down a 13-14 win ceiling. That's how much upside this roster has underneath Dan Quinn and Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels is the real deal. But guys, in the comments down below, do you guys have the Washington Commanders hitting 12 wins? Or do you see even more upside for the season, or if not so upside? Guys, subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. East Coast time right here at youtube.com/manhour. Now, this is a live interactive show, so comment down below and let's get into your comments. Cushmaster is in the chat. He says, let's go Giants. Let's go. Slow it down, baby. Cush, the Giants are going to be good. They're going to be slept on. I think they split with the Washington Commanders. Alpha Rob says they'll be 10-7. They're not sneaking up on no one. One defense still shakily with Von Miller. Listen, Alpha Rob, Von Miller does not make this defense better. You are 100% correct. However, you know who does make this defense better? It's the veteran leadership of Bobby Wagner. It's the trade that they made last season for the Saints guy. Why is his name slipping my mind right now? Is it? You guys knew who I'm talking about. Safety that was hurt for about 3 weeks, played 2 games. Yeah, he is going to make a difference. Dan Quinn is going to make a difference. As much as I don't like Dan Quinn as a head coach, he is a hell of a defensive schemer. He is a hell of a defensive coordinator. He is going to rally up that defense and play good football. Sadie Joycelyn is in the chat. What's up, Sadie? See, she says, I think the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl this season. Sadie? I'm with you, baby. I'm with you, baby, but slow it down. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down. Slow it down. And she says Saquon Barkley is probably the 2 or the 3rd best player in the entire NFL right now. We'll talk about Saquon Barkley. And now for up says, P.S. guys. P.S. I still hate the name Commanders. It's the Commander skins, right? It's the Commander skins. But Alpha Rob has them going 10-7. Cushmaster saying, let's go Giants. Sadie, what do you have the Commanders going? Derek? Rest of you people out there? Jim, John? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What are the Washington Commanders going to do in 2025? All right, guys, let's